If you're a dentist who works in a private practice, you need to understand how Google's December 2025 core update is going to affect your practice because it will fundamentally reshape the way you do business in 2026. December 11th, 2025, Google released their third and final core update for the year. Most dentists completely missed it. Most business owners completely missed it. If you aren't completely steeped in this world, you probably missed it. And that's going to become a problem. Because this wasn't a minor tweak, this was a fundamental shift in how patients find their dentist. Industry experts are calling this the biggest update to Google since March 2024 when AI snippets became more commonplace in search. If you're still using a 2023 understanding of showing up on Google, you're already losing ground you don't even realize you're losing because things are changing at such a frenetic pace. Let me show you what changed and why it matters. Two things happened as part of this update at the same time, and they're connected. First, Google released their core update. The algorithm is now aggressively distinguishing between mass-produced content and genuine expertise. It's evaluating your local authority. You can't fake local authority with generic content anymore. And second, Google rolled out a completely redesigned interface in their AI mode using their AI assistant Gemini. It adds a completely new element to search results. Conversation search is how more and more patients are searching, and it's changing how patients search for dentists. These two changes together, the core update and the Gemini Maps integration, they're reshaping how patients discover and evaluate you. Let me break this down and show you what this actually looks like. So let's start by talking about how Google worked from 1998 until 2024. Here's how Google used to work when you searched for a dentist. You typed in your search, you got a list of the blue links, the text-heavy results, and eventually along the line, maybe a map somewhere below or above the results showcasing the dentists in the surrounding areas based on reviews and relevance. So now watch what happens. Same search, different experience. So if I type in implants near me into the search bar of AI mode, and I should note this is a relatively simple search, not the conversational searches that we're seeing become more and more commonplace. But if I type in best implants near me and I get these results, I see a list at the top of the clinics near me, and then I start to see below there are these new cards that they're using. They include expertise and reviews, or I've also seen the reviews section titled Patient Experience. The expertise section calls out what the company is saying about itself on Google Business Profile, category, and service descriptions, as well as what it's saying about itself on its website. The patient experience or reviews section calls out what the patients are saying about the practice in reviews on Google. There's also these checkboxes so you can ask Google specific questions about certain practices. Or you can check multiple so that you can ask comparative questions, all based on information you have on your website or contained within your Google Business Profile. So that's great, really cool update, and will help patients immensely, but here's why you need to pay attention. Now, everything you say and everything your patients say can and will be held against you. No more Miranda rights. Google is getting smarter and it's looking for patterns to help distinguish you from competitors. This isn't the mid-2010s where the goal is to be the best version of the average. 2025 is all about setting yourself apart in the right ways, so Google looks through all the available information. And this is now your first impression to every potential patient. If your reviews say things like affordable and quick, that's what shows up. If your reviews say life-changing and spa-like, that's what shows up. Both practices might have the same 4.8 stars, same rating, but completely different positioning. The patient looking for comprehensive care, they swipe past that commodity card. They'll never know it even exists as an option. Google is now classifying you more than ever, commodity provider or trusted authority. Based on signals you might not even know you're sending, they're classifying you into one of these two categories. So, what's actually driving this classification? Well, there's three important signals to worry about. Signal one is what patients say about you. It's not just star ratings, the AI reads the actual language. It extracts patterns, themes, the words that show up again and again. Affordable and quick are not the same as meticulous and transformative. The same satisfied patient can create wildly different positioning. If you've been passively collecting reviews or asking every patient that comes through your door, you've been letting randomness write your marketing copy. Signal 2 is what you show. Google Gemini is multimodal. That means it actually sees your photos. Stock photos of models with perfect teeth is what the AI reads as fake. It can see those images scattered across the internet and recognizes you weren't the original creator, and it doesn't actually represent your practice or your results. Photos inside your practice or pictures of the outside of your practice, those are the things that signal to Gemini that you're real. And it's not just AI that's looking for high quality visuals. High quality visuals lead patients to have higher engagement, and higher engagement improves your visibility. It's a compounding effect. Signal 3 is who you say you are. Google is building a map of who you are. What you do, how you connect with other entities, what do you say about who you are, and does it match what those other entities are saying about you? Your name, address, phone, they need to be identical everywhere. Every directory, every platform. STE is not the same as suite. Even small discrepancies like suite 100 versus number 100 create entity confusion, and that degrades trust both of your patients as well as Google. There's 3 signals: what your patients say, what you show, and who you say you are. Together, they determine how you're classified. And here's the thing about the update. The old model was punctuated. Big updates a few times a year. You could wait and see how things shook out. The new model is continuous. Google now says you don't have to wait for a major update to see the effects of your improvements. Active practices are being rewarded in real time. Static practices are being deprioritized in real time. There is no pause button anymore on market positioning and Google's classification. The algorithm is moving. Your competitors are moving. You're moving. The only question is, which direction are you moving? So here's the mental model I want you to take away. Imagine your practice as a boat. You might think you're standing still, but you're not. Even if you're not actively moving, you're drifting. The current, the wind, they're taking you somewhere. One direction leads to classification as a commodity, perception that you're just a drill and fill dentist who does cheap routine cleanings and fillings. The other is where Google classifies you as the authority in your local area. You position your practice so potential patients see you as the go-to for long-term care and holistic treatments. Without intention, you're at the mercy of the current. You're not standing still, you're drifting. The only question is, which direction are you headed? Every day, based on the signals you're sending or not sending, you're moving one direction or the other. So, headed into 2026, there are really 2 paths. You're standing at a fork in the road. Path A, do nothing. Keep doing what you've been doing. Let random reviews write your AI summary. Let stock photos try and represent your practice, and watch as the algorithm classifies you alongside discount clinics. Keep attracting the patients you're already tired of. Or path B, you take control of the signals and become the practice Gemini actually recommends to high-value patients. Here's why this matters so much. It acts like a flywheel. You start by getting better patients. This leads to better reviews and more targeted reviews that highlight the things high-value patients like them are looking for in a dentist. This creates a better AI summary that better positions your practice, and then you get more of those better patients and the flywheel starts to build momentum. The thing is, this isn't news to us. We've been watching these signals for a while and helping practices reposition. We had one practice we worked with fix their classification and positioning, and they saw a 51% increase in their high-value patients within their 90-day engagement with us. This led to a 62% increase in profit, and they saw 15% fewer patients. More money for less time? That's the dream, right? And let's be clear, this is not from this Google update. This was months before this update. Looking at their current results, this update is now skyrocketing their growth. They've already seen results, and we're only a week into this update during the holidays. That's the power of true strategic positioning work. Traditional SEO and marketing agencies are going to be scrambling in 2026. Google used to try to do one-to-one comparisons and look for patterns between clinics. This led to marketing efforts across the board to push clinics to be the best average in their area. In June 2025, during Google's last major core update, we saw a tectonic shift for a few short weeks. If you weren't tuned in, you missed it. But we realized what was coming and shifted our strategy completely. It's been working and Google just validated it. Anyone doing things the old way, a way that worked fine up until 6 months ago, is going to be scrambling in 2026. The practices we see that have already built authority and made their messaging more unique in order to speak to their ideal patients, they've built a moat and are positioned for amazing growth and business development in 2026. So here's the question I'd leave you with. Where does your practice stand in this new landscape? What's Gemini saying about you right now? What signals are you sending, either intentionally or not? And which direction are you drifting? If you want clarity on where you actually stand, that's exactly what we cover in our practice repositioning strategy session. It's a 30-minute diagnostic conversation. You'll see exactly how Google is classifying your practice, what signals are helping you and what's hurting you, and we'll show you what it would take to shift toward your correct authority positioning. There's no pressure, no obligation, no sales, just clarity whether we work together or not. The link to book is below, or you can give us a call. 2026 is coming. The practices that understand the shift will own the authority position in their markets. Here's to owning 2026.